the surgery was a complete success. And really, we should be waking up at any point now. Give it a minute. Just anything here. Well, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Oh. Slowly. You'll want to come to your surroundings a little slowly. You've just gotten out of surgery, and I want to make sure that there aren't any complications that aren't pulling up on our computer. I'm going to run a couple of tests with you. So far, looks great. So, do you have any sort of lingering pain? Is there any confusion? Is there anything that doesn't quite feel right? Yes, so the pain on the head, that will dissipate. And actually, let me go ahead and just send a couple of signals, and I'll try to block out that pain for you. Okay, so that should be interfering any pain signals coming from your nerves and block those so that you don't feel that on your head. What's that? Are you having issues with your memory? Let me just note that down. So we were doing a surgery for a neural implant, and you had definitely consented to that. There's nothing illicit going on here whatsoever. And you went into surgery about 4 hours ago, and now you're here. You don't remember any of that? Do you remember who I am? Alright, well, the biggest thing you need to know is that you have a neural implant right here on the right hemisphere of the brain, and you definitely gave consent for this. 100%. You were very enthusiastic, really. Okay? That's all you need to know. Well, besides the memory problems, I think we're pretty much in the clear. I'm going to take a moment and we're going to take some notes after taking a look at you. This is going to be real bright, so if you want to look at the wall or at my nose, it's up to you. Just want to make sure that your pupils are equal, round, reactive to the light. Just want to make sure you're responding. We haven't run into too many people that had memory issues, but it isn't completely unheard of. That looks good. And just go ahead and keep looking at my nose. Right, and just keep looking at my nose. So, your pupils are reacting just fine. So we can good. So we are going to test that neural implant and make sure that everything's coming through just fine. How is the pain right now? I suppose we haven't tried that out yet, especially not right after surgery, so we'll keep an eye on that. First, I'd like to start with some audio signals that are going to be broadcast directly into the brain. So I will not be saying a word, but you are going to hear some different words, simple words, and I just want you to repeat those back to me. Okay?
Niet. Hoofd. Kunk. Sipok.
I'm just going to pause that. Oh, here, let me run this program instead.
Well. Adjuska. Uen. Nee. Los. Well.
Huh. I wonder. Well, let's go ahead and just continue on a little bit. So next I'm going to display some text signals. So it's actually kind of an interesting experience, but across your vision you will see some text. And I just want you to tell me what that text says. Just going to be little words, nothing too complicated. Well, let's try one more, and this time there will be some pictures. They'll be pretty identifiable, and if you could just let me know what picture comes into your vision. I'm gonna let's run this program. So something's different, I suppose. I am gonna have a little look. So if you could just hold still for me, I'm gonna take a look at the implant itself. Make sure it was installed correctly. Let's see, so that looks, it's in the right area. So if we have, that's your midline right here. And then right above the ear. So it's where it should be. Let me just. It's on there pretty good. Okay, well. I am going to do a little poking around. So I might adjust a few things and we'll see if there's a hardware malfunction or if it's a software malfunction. So software we can work with a little bit more than hardware. But I'm just going to poke around a little bit. Now that we've been working on this for a little bit, do you notice any other effects at all? What's that? Oh, the sound? Well, this laboratory is actually underground. So you'll probably hear little bits from civilization, but don't worry, they don't know you're down here. They don't know you're down here. I wonder, is that a little loose? No. There's supposed to be just a little bit of a gap so that if there's any swelling post-surgery that there's a little bit of leeway with the implant, but it's not looser than I would think it should be. It's actually pretty on there. It's doing pretty well. Okay, well, let me try. We're gonna have to bring in. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to poke around at this. Don't worry, I helped design this, so I know what parts need to be poked and what parts should not be poked. I'm a poking master, if you will, a connoisseur of poking. Just gotta stimulate these. Wonder if maybe we use the highest quality materials, I can assure you. But sometimes the thing is, when you're working with such tiny little parts, occasionally something can go awry. But it'll be easily rectifiable, I promise you. Maybe right. Oh. You know what? I do wonder if you could just stay still for me here. Okay, let me just. that should be better. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that again. So, let's see. Alright, so I'll keep that for next time. That might be something we need to do. And another time if this happens again. So we're gonna try to test the audio again. So we're gonna send some auditory signals for your brain to pick up.
Light. Snack. Milk. Swallow. Take. Jump. Walk. Surf. Dip. Bark.
50% is markedly better than 0, but that's not quite where we want to be at. Let's make sure that the text and picture signals are also coming through. And maybe I just need to mess around with it a little more. Might have to go in and do a little jumbling of the software. Might be something in the coding. So let's go ahead and do the text signals. If you could just let me know what you see. Okay, so 60%. That's not bad considering where we were. So we're gonna move on to our pictures. Just let me know what you see. And then we're down to 40. So all in all, pretty much comes down to 50-50. I suppose I can do a little more poking around. And you know what? While we're doing this, I'm gonna change a few things on the software side. No, that's not supposed to be. I accidentally put an extra exclamation point. Well, that'll definitely make things a little goofy. Let's see. Let me just make sure. It's not that I don't trust my own expertise, it's just that this is a very strange occurrence. Definitely has never happened before. Not once, not ever. You know what? Oh, I wonder. I'm gonna get out the big guns. I think we need to do just a little bit tightening here. I'm gonna get a little bit closer here. A little bit better. We can do doing all right? Yeah, it's just you seem to be going someplace. I'm gonna write that down. I wonder. No. Okay, so it's not my shoddy code this time. Let's get more into so stay still. I have a feeling I know what might be going on. I know you're here. Just gotta get underneath. You know, I probably shouldn't have tightened beforehand. Right there. There we go. It's just a sandwich crumb. If there's anything that gets in between the plate and the brain, it's gonna cause some weirdness. Just gonna make sure there's no more sandwich crumbs. I'm gonna have to tell the others that, I mean, it's a good thing to eat a hearty lunch beforehand. You don't want the hands to shake. We've had enough problems with that. But definitely, like, wash underneath the fingernails. I swear I'm gonna have to start implementing, like, some checks. There's gonna have to be someone in charge of looking for sandwich crumbs under fingernails. And that's just a whole lot of micromanaging that I really just don't want to be a part of. But this is very important work. Okay, I'm not finding any more. Let me just take another peek. No more. Well, luckily for them, and probably won't end up finding who it was, because they would admit that they did not thoroughly wash their hands before surgery. What was that? Yeah, they're supposed to wear gloves. I suppose I better ask about that as well. I mean, someone had mentioned an allergy to chemical accelerants. I can't use the nitrile, but I got neoprene. That shit's expensive. Yeah, no, there doesn't seem to be anything else. Yeah, it's not likely I'll find the culprit, but I can still try to crack down on it so this doesn't happen again. This would not be unfortunate. Let's check on the code. Okay, so there were a couple of places where I double tapped that. Exclamation. Okay, so that's all taken care of. No more sandwich crumbs. I think we're ready to rock and roll. And let me see. You know what? Okay, this is my beat, right? I may have forgotten one of the switches. So let me just go ahead and we're gonna have to turn that. There we go, tighten that up. Okay, that should be it. So yeah, there is a very important sensor that is supposed to be all the way tightened, but that one was mine. I'm not going to blame that on anyone else. Let's go ahead and run audio again. Let's see what we get.
What freeze? Much. Miklo. Old. Yellow. Pop. Near. Sap. Cart. Hot.
Okay, so we had a rough start, but everything else came through fine. So I'm inclined to think that maybe it just had to calibrate for a moment. Might have been a little premature. A little short to the draw. So let's try text. That isn't even in our database. We don't even use characters like that. Oh, Christ on a bike. Wonder. I wonder if there is some sort of. there has to be a misinterpretation between our dictionary we use for the text and maybe your dictionary inside your head. I don't know. Let's try the pictures and we'll see where we can go from there. So there's a couple of things that could be going on here, but all of them point to there's something going on with the hardware. Let me review the notes. You are already deemed compatible with the Okay. Well, on the one hand, this is not my B. This is not my B. On the other hand, this is the B of quite a few different people. So you remember how I said that the implant is on the right hemisphere? As it turns out, it was supposed to be on the left. So I hope we kept that part of the skull. It's gonna have to go on the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna disengage. I'm going to loosen up that implant a little bit, and then you're going to have to go back into surgery. Luckily, we didn't pull anything out, so we can just push some anesthesia, and I'm going to have to call back. I'm going to have to call everybody back from break. Everybody goes to the Denny's after a successful surgery. Well, I guess I wouldn't say they go to the Denny's. It's more that they end up at the Denny's. But they're probably gorging themselves on pancakes and syrup that's supposed to taste like blueberries but does not have a single blueberry in it. Oh, I wonder if you're starting to get some interference. I don't hear anything, so whatever you're hearing, that's probably the implant. I apologize for that. Oh, this is what I was doing. It's good now? It's good? Okay, let's just loosen up that sensor that I was supposed to. Okay. So that's all prepped according to my responsibility. Okay, Okay, and that is fully disengaged, so it's not going to be pleasant, but there is a pretty surefire way to put you under, and it's going to involve that implant. So, luckily, that sort of sleep command, if you will, works regardless of which hemisphere it's on. So, thank heaven for that, right? We are going to just push this in a little bit. And I'm just going to tighten this particular little. Okay. Ready? It's going to take me a minute, but as I twist that, it should get a little bit darker. Everything getting darker? Let's try this. Oh, the sound's getting weird again. Oh, I swear to God, it must have been right. I totally know. No, it has to be.